Hello everybody, welcome to my channel My English Chamber. Today we'll learn voice change. You can find voice change in class 8, class 9, class 10 and even also plus 2 and SSC CGL exams. So here in this class you will come to know the definition of a voice and the types of voice and certain rules. Here guys, in the first video you will find 5 to 6 rules, but as far as voice is concerned, you will find in my video minimum more than 45 rules. So in all the classes of voice sense, you will come to know definition, types of voice, its rules, then types of passive. How many types of passive voices are there? Verbs can't be passivized. That means what are those verbs? Though they are called transitive verbs, but they can be passivized. Then use of by agent, in which places we can use by agent and in which cases we can't use by agent. We will see all these things. So let's start with the definition. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel My English Chamber. Today we'll learn voice change. So let's know what is voice. Voice is that form of the verb. What? Voice is that form of the verb which shows whether the subject acts or is acted upon. It means if the subject acts, the sentence is in active form. If something is done to the subject, the sentence is called, it is in passive form. See here, voice is that form of the verb which shows whether the subject acts or it is acted upon. If the subject acts, if the subject does something, that means the sentence is in active form. If something is being done to the subject, subject is not doing anything, something is being done to the subject, the sentence is in passive form. The sentence is in passive voice format. Here you can find one example. The poor boy is selling what? Vegetables. If you put the question word what, you will get this answer. That's why it is called object. And sell is the action word. Sell is the action word. That's why it is called object. Which one is called object? Vegetables. The word vegetables is called object. Which is the subject? The poor boy is called subject. Clear? Subject is amar, verb ing, object. See guys, here the subject is doing something. What is he doing? He is selling. He is selling, right? What is he selling? He is selling vegetables. So the subject is active. That's why this sentence is called active voice. Look at here. Vegetables is subject. Okay. Vegetables are being sold. Dear students, do you think that vegetable is doing anything? Then bhabuch ki, let me speak in Odia. Tume bhabuch ki vegetable kichi koruchi? No, vegetable is not doing anything. Vegetables are not doing anything. Then they are being sold. Something is done. Something is being done. To whom? To this subject. Right? By whom? By the poor boy. So poor boy is the doer here. So it is called by plus doer. The poor boy is called doer. What is the meaning of doer? If someone does something, that someone is known as doer, that someone is here agent. So by agent. Clear? So in these two examples, you got to know. In the example number 1, the poor boy is doing something. But in example number 2, the vegetables are not doing anything. Right? Something is being done to the subject here. Something is being done to the subject in the example number 2. But here, subject is doing something. As the subject is doing something, that's why that is called active. That means the sentence is in active format. As something is being done to subject, the sentence is in passive format. Let me speak in Odia. Dear students, voice कहले में कौन बुझा? Voice होची verb रो सही form जोटा कौन देखाए सब्जेक्ट निजे करुच्ची ना सब्जेक्ट को करा जाउची जदि सब्जेक्ट निजे करदेला मु क्रिकेट खेलुची सब्जेक्ट के मु खेलुची मु क्रिकेट खेलुची सब्जेक्ट होची मु अडी कौन करुची ना खेलुची कौन खेलुची ना क्रिकेट खेलुची क्रिकेट है ऑब्जेक्ट राइट। अच्छा ता माने सेंटेंस एक्टिव रे रहिला। जदि मु कहबी क्रिकेट मो द्वारा खेला जाउची क्रिकेट किछि करुची क्रिकेट किछि करूनी क्रिकेट को खेला जाउची कहा द्वारा जदि कहली मो द्वारा ताने मु डुअर किंतु मु डुअरटा शेष रे अछि नै कि क्रिकेट मो द्वारा खेला जाउची क्रिकेट इज बीइंग प्लेड क्रिकेट ताको द्वारा खेला जाउची क्रिकेट आम मान द्वारा खेला जाउची जहा कर क्रिकेट इज बीइंग प्लेड राइट। एटी सब्जेक्ट किछि करूनी सब्जेक्ट को करा जाउची जदि सब्जेक्ट को करा गला ताले से सेंटेंस टी पैसिव रे रहइबो लाइक दिस जदि सब्जेक्ट निजे कला ताले सेंटेंस टी ताको हम कहबा एक्टिव क्लियर ओके। लेट्स स्टार्ट द रूल। Rule number 1 subject present simple that means V1 then object. Now we are learning present simple right okay. So subject present simple object present simple means here V1 past simple means V2 clear okay. If you find this format object will take the subject position is Amar then past participle form of the verb that is V3 then by agent which is the agent here subject will be the agent here or doer clear okay. Here is an example you subject play V1 football object will take the subject position okay football is here clear according to rule. Then is are football is singular right football is singular football third person but singular number. Do you know how many types of persons are there? Let me speak in Odia. पुरुष केते प्रकार कहि परिबो पुरुष केते प्रकार 2 3 5 टी चिंता कर प्रथम पुरुष द्वितीय पुरुष तृतीय पुरुष सात पुरुष 14 पुरुष नहीं हबनी जो कहंदिनी जाबडाटे पकेबी 14 पुरुष मन पकई देबी। As far as English grammar is concerned here you will find only 3 persons तीनटा पुरुष ये 7 पुरुष 14 पुरुष नांती फर्स्ट पर्सन सेकंड पर्सन थर्ड पर्सन। सो द क्वेश्चन इज व्हिच वन इज द फर्स्ट पर्सन पिले घर को बापा मिठा आइले सब बेले आगो किए खाए बोली कहउछ आगो निज कथा चिंता करछ ना हां। सो आई ऑलवेज टेक्स द फर्स्ट पोजीशन इट इज कॉल्ड फर्स्ट पर्सन आई फर्स्ट पर्सन यू सेकंड पर्सन एंड द रेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड आउ दुनिया रे जहा जहा रहिला मते तमक छादिला जे रहिले ऑल ऑफ दिस पर्सन्स you may say persons you may say things matters whatever they are called third persons clear okay. And if you talk about numbers number कम उड़े कुछ वचन वचन केते प्रकार मु तो सुनिछ अमिताभ बच्चन जया बच्चन ऐश्वर्या बच्चन then so many वचन are there but dear students as far as English grammar is concerned numbers are of two types singular plural okay. So football is third person singular number okay. As it is singular is the word is will be placed then V3 play V1 played V2 played V3 this one will be placed here clear. Now see rule number 2 subject V2 object subject past simple object okay. If you find the rule like this object will take the subject position for V2 was or where will be placed then V3 then by plus agent okay. So the question is here they played football which one is subject they is called subject played V2 format football that is called object. So object will take the subject position yes football as it is in V2 format that is past simple the rule says was or where will be placed as football is singular that's why was will be placed football was. Then V3 which one is the verb here play to played then played here V2 but here you have to write what V3 football was played. You may ask me excuse me sir can I write by them there is no need to write by them by him by you and I will tell you which agents should be written and which should not be clear. Dear students if you understand it then like share and subscribe इतना तो हक बनता है Let's move to rule number 3. Rule number 3 tells us present imperfect. Rule number 4 tells us past imperfect. Let's know the active rule first. As far as active rule is concerned, first you will find subject, then is or am or are, then verb with ing that is known as before, then object. It is an active. In passive, that object will be subject, then the same is am are. If the object, if in active the object is singular, here you will find is. If it is plural, then it is are. Clear? Okay. Subject, then is am are, then being. Why being? For ing you should place being, then past participle form of the verb, that is V3, then by agent if necessary. Here is an example. The tall boy. Here the tall boy is called subject. Okay. Is am are like this. Writing. Okay. Verb ing. Then a letter. Here a letter is called object. That object will be placed as subject. Then a letter, that is called subject here. For a letter, single letter, is will be placed. If letters, then are will be placed. Okay. Is. Being for what? For rule. Then B3. Then by agent. Who is the agent here? The tall boy is the agent or the doer. So that will be pasted here. Okay. The rule number 4. Did you understand what I said? Let me speak in Odia. That will be better for you, for the Odia medium students particularly. So guys, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ subject is am are verb ing object ପାଇବା, ତମେ ଜାଣିଛ ଏଟା ହେଉଛି present imperfect, present continuous, present progressive. For that rule, you should use what? Object will be subject in passive. Object टा subject ହେଇଯିବ. For is am are will be placed. ଯଦି object टा singular थिବ ତ is, ଯଦି ଏଟା plural थिବ ତ are. କାହିଁକିନା object ଟା subject ଅନୁଯାୟୀ କି verb ଟି place ହବ. Then being. Why being? Being ଟା କାହିଁକି ଲଗେଇବି? For ing, being. Why V3 from verb to V3. Clear? So that is the passive rule. Then by agent, by doer. Example is here. The tall boy is writing a letter. Tall boy subject is rule on the padila is writing verb ing a letter object nala subject position जेतुरा singular अछि subject ता is लिखली. जदि subject plural था तो are लिखाई था. A letter is. जदि some letters परटी are आस्ता था. Being written by the tall boy. The tall boy होची agent. That is all about rule number 3. Let's move to rule number 4. The same one. Guys, here you'll find only the difference is that here you'll find is, are, but here as far as past imperfect is concerned, you will find here was or were. Past imperfect ପାଇଁ ଆମେ was were ଲଗାଉଛେ. Clear? Then the same verb ing, then object. In passive, object will take the subject position. You know it well. Then was or were according to the subject. If it is singular, was. If it is plural, were. Clear? Then being. Why being? For ing, being will be placed. Then V3. Then by agent, by doer. The example is here. He was working out. Work out means to solve. What? This sum. He was working out this sum. We speak in Odia. Se अंकटी को कौन करथुला? कसुथिला. Okay. This sum, that is object. Object will take the subject position. This sum singular. So was, this sum was. Then ing, for ing being, this sum was being. Then V3 worked out. No need to write by you, by him, by them. Clear? By them, by you, by him, that is called by agent formula. Did you understand what I said? If no, you can ask me. If yes, like, share and subscribe. Now let's move to rule number 5. Rule number 5 tells us present perfect. And rule number 6, past perfect. What is the basic difference between these two? Only the matter of has or a have as far as present perfect is concerned, and a had for past perfect. Clear? See, in active you will find subject, has or have, V3, object, and in passive that object will be placed as subject, number 1. Then the same has or have according to the subject. If the subject is singular, then has. If the subject is plural, then have. Okay. Been will be placed. Clear? been. After has or have, been will be placed, then V3. Similarly, look at here. After had, been will be placed, then V3. And then by agent, we will know whether by agent is necessary or not. We will discuss later. The question is here, Hari has written. Hari has written object. What? If you put the question on what, you will get here object, and it is a letter. It is object a letter. So Hari has written a letter. Object is a letter. Take the object as subject in passive. So a letter. Then as a letter is singular, so has will be placed. A letter has. Then according to rule, has been. Clear. Then V3 written. Then by agent. A letter has been written by Hari. Clear. Similarly, dear students, here you will find Sita, subject, then her, then V3, then a letter, object. So a letter will be placed as subject, that means a letter. As a hard is here, so hard, a letter hard, been is mandatory, a letter hard been, then V3 written by agent. Let me speak in Odia. My dear students, एठी हमें कौन पढ़छेन ना रूल नंबर 5 रूल नंबर 6. Rule number 5 tells us about present perfect and rule number 6 past perfect. What is the basic difference between these two? ए दुईटा भितर डिफरेंस टा कोन अछि ना if you talk about जब तुमे present perfect विषय कथा होछो तब तुमे कोन जानिबो has और have पाइबो राइट has और have से तो v3 पाइबो अब past perfect रे active रे कोन आछि had पाइबो सॉरी हियर past perfect रे कोन आछि ना had then v3 passive रे कोन ना सेही has और have आसीबो प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट रे पैसिव रे has और have then been then v3 past perfect रे सही had को had रहिबो been v3 बाय एजेंट लागिबो कि न लागिबो धीरे धीरे आगु गले जानिबो एठी मु सब क्षेत्र रे प्रायत बाय एजेंट लगेई कि देछि कोड लागिबो कोड न लागिबो आगा वीडियो रे सब जानिबा पाइबो बुझी पारिलो बहुत सहज अछि जदि बुझी परछ लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब नेवर फॉरगेट इट।